We learned before that there were 4 special clothes that the Kohanim had to wear. We learned that a few weeks ago. And now, starting in this parsha, we're going to discover what actions those Kohanim performed while wearing these, what they call priests, the big day kahuna. You know, the big kahuna. You know, the big kahuna, you ever hear that expression? The big day. It's a big day for the Kohanim. It's the priestly garments. Now, nowadays we don't have a Mishkan and we don't even have a Beis HaMikdash, and the Kohanim no longer handle the offerings for us. However, the spirit of what they've accomplished for us, thank you, still lives on today in our daily lives. And the question is, you're saying, how so? We don't have, like we said, we don't have it today. What do we do? The answer is by all of us wearing yarmulkes. As you will see here, he has a nice suede one because he's trying to show you how modern Orthodox he is with his long beard. Mr. Consistency there. Okay, so how does this work? I'll explain it. The Torah tells us that we should be a nation of Kohanim. It says that, be a nation of Kohanim. It says that in Shmos 19:6. We learned that. One of the 4 priestly garments was a cap called a para hagmigvaos. Para hagmigvaos. That's the cap that the Kohanim wore. They ran around with this cap on. That's the reason we wear the yarmulkes and hats today. That's the reason why we wear them. Is to remind ourselves that we're a nation of priests, and we wear the little capula just like that the
Pope.
He's a priest too, isn't he? And the cardinals all wear their red ones.
Yeah, they all wear little.
Then you know the old joke, how do you know the difference between a priest and a reform rabbi?
The priest is wearing a yarmulke.
The priest is wearing the yarmulke. Okay. That's like the oldest one in the book. Alright. That's to remind us that we're like a nation, like it says in Shmos 19:6, that we're a nation of priests, therefore we wear the priestly, the big day kahuna on our heads. Originally, Jews didn't wear head coverings. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay, we did not wear head coverings. Like Jesus, you never see him with a head covering. Because everyone back then knew that we were a priestly nation. They knew that we were a nation of priests. They knew we were like Kohanim. However, over the years, people started to forget, you know, and that's the way it is. From generation to generations, things get lost. And so we started having to wear yarmulkes on our heads to remind us. In fact, if you break the word yarmulke down, it breaks into 2 words in Aramaic. Yira, Malka. Yira, which means fear of, Malka is the king, the melech. So the fear of the king. Right? Yarmulke is like the fear of the king. So it's an Aramaic word, right? It means fear of the king, to remind you of God and that we're holy. Now, in the morning when we wake up, we go, we go through a whole series of one-liner brachas. You say them every morning?
Of course.
Because you said, what if you forget? I just want to make sure you actually say it. It says, Baruch atah Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam, Oter Yisrael b'sfara. Right?
Exactly.
That what does he do? He gives the Jewish people, he crowns us with, like, glory, right? And that's this thing. And it's a blessing that we're making for crowning us with splendor, is the taich I got, and refers to our head coverings. Now, notice that the word tifara, but Oter Yisrael b'sifara, but comes from the word tifara, which tiferes, beauty, has the same root as the word para, which we said were the paramigvos, which the same lashon, it's the same word, it's the same shorish, the same root of the word that makes up for the paramigvos, which is one of the 4 garments that the Kohen used to wear. Hence, we see that the connection between the cap of the Kohanim and our own head coverings today is through that word para. By wearing a yarmulke, we show that we fear God and are a loyal nation of Kohanim, and that's how we achieve bringing the spirit of the actions that took place inside the Mishkan back then into our lives today.
Well said, well said. And
that's that. And that's the chat room. Now,
oh, wow, the liberal world's protector.
He's having a whole thing here, huh? He's asked me, where did... he said, you aren't worthy to mention, and you're an Amma Aretz. See, now, if I was allowed to, I would just get rid of him now. I would just delete him from the room. Ban him. Boom. He doesn't... I don't need to answer any more of his questions. He said too much.
But it's really important that the little kiddies with their adorable payers stay off the crack.
What time? Hey, it's about an hour, almost 2 hour show. That's not a bad show. Was that a good show?
It's a good show.
It'll last the crowd. What do you think? On a scale of 1 to 10, it was like what? Like an 80, right? Because we put out the product, huh?
So, Rabs, where can I find the passage about the angels questioning God and being sent down?
Rashi talks about it. I know it's a medrash, and Rashi brings it down.
Use Google.
Yeah, you know what? Google. You know where you might be able to make an advanced search, right? And talk about the Nephilim or the angels coming down. And in the advanced search, say like, where would I find this, right? And do Chabad.org, because they have they do like the entire parsha with Rashi in English, right? So it's got to be in there. And I know Rashi brings it down. It's a medrash.
Shorter would just put Brie Olson in quotes into Google, and you'll come to much the same material.
I was thinking that was going to be my second thing.
Brie Olson. It's S-O-N, but there are also 2 million results for Brie O-L-S-E-N, so either way you really can't go wrong.
I was hoping she was going to be one of the Olsen twins growing up.
No, she's just one of Charlie's Angels.
Was he in that show?
No.
What was that show called?
Charlie's Angels.
No, that other show that the twins were in. What was that show called?
I don't know. The real life? Or
No, they were in a house and they were little kids. I can't even remember the damn thing.
Little House on the Prairie?
That was it. Little House on the... I know it was some other thing. This guy, I'm gonna ban you. You want to be banned? You want to be banned? I'm gonna ban you. Okay, there you go. Brie Olson.
And it's really important.
Full House. Thank you. Yes, Full House. That was it. Was Charlie Sheen in Full House, by the way?
I don't know. I don't watch these.
Does anybody remember? I can't even remember. So long ago.
For me, TV is Asar.
Oh.
This is what my Rebbe says. This is what I learned in my yeshiva. The yeshiva of Hard Knocks.
All right, folks. So thank you for tuning in tonight. You have anything left?
Stay off the crack and stay in yeshiva.
You heard it here first, folks. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you next week. Okay, I'm going to stop the broadcast right here, okay?